Infor M3 is a very capable ERP. It knows how complex businesses run, but most companies only use a portion of what it can actually do. They use it to enter orders, post invoices, manage inventory, and that's it. When you really leverage M3 properly, you get real-time visibility across operations, strong automation, better supply chain coordination, built-in industry logic that reduces customizations, and in the cloud, continuous upgrades without massive re-implementation projects. If you treat it like a transaction system, you will get transaction level value. If you treat it like an operational platform, you get strategic value. That is the difference. Now, there are features inside M3 that a lot of companies technically own but don't really use. Let us go through them one by one. First is Infor ION. ION is an event engine. It can trigger workflows when something happens. Late delivery, trigger a notification. Approval required, route it automatically. Status changed, alert the right team. Instead of chasing emails or manually following up, the system does it. That alone can eliminate a surprising amount of internal friction. Then we have personalization in H5, which is Smart Office. A lot of users just live with the standard screens, but M3 lets you personalize views, reorder fields, and apply conditional formatting, and even highlight exceptions in red so you don't miss them. You can also create mashups that pull related data into one screen instead of jumping across 5 panels. That may sound small, but if your team uses M3 all day, those seconds add up. Then we have Infor Data Lake. This one gets overlooked because people are used to exporting to spreadsheets. The data lake centralizes structured and unstructured data. That means better reporting, cleaner analytics, and less spreadsheet dependency. If you're serious about real-time insights, this should be on your list. Next, we have advanced planning and scheduling. A lot of companies still plan manually or outside the system. APS lets you model capacity constraints, material availability, and production sequencing all inside M3. It is not just an MRP, it is operational, optimized planning. If inventory is high or production feels reactive, this is usually underused. Next, we have Mongoose. Mongoose is Infor's low-code platform. It lets you build apps, forms, and process extensions that sit alongside M3 without modifying the core. So instead of breaking upgrade paths, you create upgrade-safe extensions. You can build approval apps, shop floor tools, data entry interfaces tailored to your business while keeping M3 clean. Next is output management. Many companies buy third-party tools for document handling, but M3 can automatically generate and distribute invoices, packing slips, XML, and EDI documents using configurable templates. In some cases, companies are paying for tools they already functionally own. Then we have Infor Document Management, IDM. With the IDM, you can attach document directly to transactions, supplier invoices to AP vouchers, drawings to production orders, and retrieve them contextually. It improves audit readiness and saves a lot of hunting around shared devices. And finally, we have Business Engine Foundation. This is the technical layer that runs within M3. It controls how jobs execute, how batch processes run, and how system resources are used. It also includes built-in monitoring and profiling tools that help technical teams track performance and identify bottlenecks. It is not really a business-facing feature, but when used properly, it improves system stability and reduces troubleshooting time. So what happens when these are not used? When these capabilities are not leveraged, you start seeing it in everyday tasks. A longer learning curve, data updates become manual and painful, pricing changes takes forever, reporting remains in spreadsheets, mass updates in multi-tenant feel restrictive, upgrades feel risky, workflow stays manual. And then people start thinking the ERP is the problem. A lot of what people think are M3 problems may not even be the problems with the ERP. They are just ecosystem problems. When M3 feels manual, when data feels inconsistent, when reporting feels fragmented, when users are exporting everything to Excel, very often it is because M3 is doing its job, but the system around it are not connected properly. Think about it. If pricing is in M3 but the e-commerce platform is not syncing clearly, if inventory updates and flowing in real time, if customer data is maintained in multiple places, if warehouse systems and the ERP are not aligned, you create manual work. And once that manual work creeps in, the ERP starts looking slow, rigid, or outdated, even if the core system is solid. So the real question becomes, are we underusing M3 or are we just not integrating it properly into the rest of the business? And when it comes to integrating M3, you primarily have two options. First is native integration. As discussed earlier, Infor gives you ION. It is event-driven. When something happens in M3, it can trigger workflows, send messages, and connect to other applications. It works especially well inside the Infor ecosystem and for structured API-based communication. Alongside that, you have Mongoose. Mongoose is not purely an integration tool, but it plays a role. It lets you build low-code apps and controlled extensions around M3. So instead of modifying the core ERP, you create upgrade-safe interfaces, approval apps, or process layers that connect clearly. Together, ION and Mongoose give you strong native capability, and that would be great if you have internal technical expertise. People who can manage APIs, mappings, monitoring, and ongoing maintenance. But as your ecosystem grows, more systems, more transactions, more B2B complexity, integration becomes a full-time architectural decision. That is where your second option comes in, which is DC Cap Integrator. Instead of building everything internally, some companies use a dedicated integrational platform like DC Cap Integrator. It connects not just M3 but everything in your tech stack. E-commerce, CRM, EDI, warehouse systems, 3PL, whatever you are running. One integration layer across all systems. It treats M3 as the system of record but manages the synchronization around it, including high volume and EDI transactions without heavy internal lift. And once that integration layer is stable, a lot of the ERP problems people talk about start disappearing. Because the issue was never the ERP, it was the connections around it. If you relate to the second situation where you don't have an internal team to manage integrations and handle the technical side, get in touch with us today. We will help you in streamlining ERP first integrations for your Infor ERP and make sure you're getting the most out of it. See the description for more details.